You are going to learn how to create a collage in Adobe Photoshop without using a template. I have my first image opened up here and I am zoomed out so that I have lots of white around the image. I'm going to open up the first one that I want to apply to the collage. I'm just going to drag it right on top of the other image and I'm going to bring it over to the edge, and then using the Shift key on the keyboard I'm going to come to the corners and resize so that this is the same height as my first image, and we'll just drag it to the very edge where just a small bit is showing. Double click, and then we're going to go up to the tabs here and choose Image, Reveal All. There we go. And then we'll just play around there so that none of our white is showing. And then at this point I would like to add a texture to these images as they have no textures applied. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the aged paper texture. You can find this in any of my texture packs, either on my Etsy site or in the texture shop. I'm just going to drag that on top of the image. And the fun thing about these textures, you don't have to use Shift on the keyboard or worry about them being distorted, because no matter what you do to these things, they are going to look great. There we go. Double click. I'm going to make the first layer here the blending mode to multiply. Then I'm going to use Control J on the keyboard. That's going to duplicate a layer, and I'm going to set that blending mode to overlay. And then I'm going to change that opacity on the blending mode down just a little bit to 75%. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and merge all of these layers that I'm working with. I'm going to use Control Shift E. There we go. And now we're going to apply our next images. So here's the next one. I'm just going to drag that on here. And I'm just going to bring it down to the corner. Okay. And same thing, Image, Reveal All. There it is. And then go ahead and minimize this one, and then I'm going to add the next image right here in this little place, and then I'll just play around with the keys here. There we go. Whoop. Just a tiny bit more, and I already have added texture to these images, so that's why I applied my first texture there. This has the barn siding texture, and this has the inked burlap texture. Okay, and then we'll just double click on there, and if we use Control 0 on the keyboard, that'll pop that up so we can see the full image. And I'll go ahead and minimize all those. There you go. There's your collage. Simple as that. Now, some people like to have little bars in their collage, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that too. And I'll go ahead and put all these together as well. Control Shift E. Then we'll go to the rectangle marquee tool, and you can go ahead and come in here and make little tiny lines. And we'll go to Edit, Fill, and I like to choose a color in my image for the bars. There we go, and I'm using 544934. If you want to use that color too, hit OK, and that fills that in. We'll deselect. We can add another one here. Same thing, edit fill, and I'll just hit enter since I already have the color that I like selected. And the same thing right here. There we go. There's our collage. You can even add a border to the outside using the same rectangle marquee tools. Alright, I can't wait to see all of your collages.